since you're the greatest Air Force spy, presently the highest ranking, let me ask you, how are you actually notified when how is it typically done? This large portfolio you have, over $55 billion in Air Force assets, that a high asset terrorist target has been located, and possibly a decision needs to be made very, very quickly. How are you typically notified?
So a couple of things on that. We have, depending on what the target is, what my role is to make sure that we have the forces that are organized and trained and deployed to effect the strike if we decide to. The president is the one, through the Secretary of Defense, typically, who controls whether or not a strike occurs and has set forth the rules of, if it meets this criteria, then I want to make the call. Otherwise, the Secretary of Defense can make the call, and otherwise it would go down to the combatant commander, who for the Central Command is stationed in Florida. And so I'm not directly in that kill chain, and except for the time when I was deployed as the director of the Combined Air Operations Center. And at that time, that was my job, would be the one to look at a strike, see if it meets the criteria, and then to give an okay to do it within the criteria that we were given. And honestly, I hope that's one of the takeaways, because I certainly have had these debates with my aunt, who would say, hey, drone warfare isn't right, we shouldn't be doing that. And what I can tell you is, it is the most discriminate, carefully orchestrated application of firepower that we've got. And because these assets can orbit overhead a target for not only hours, but tens and hundreds of hours, we usually get it right. And when we don't, we investigate it and we own up to it. But we're pretty good at what we do.